Hey everyone, and welcome to the next movie review here on Pokemon Productions. Today I'm going to be reviewing a film I recently finished watching, Camp Rock. Now, this is I'm guessing at this point, but this is probably the second most popular Disney Channel movie ever, after High School Musical, of course. And it does look a bit similar to the whole thing, but it does set itself apart in lots of different ways. Like, for one thing, it's not set at a high school, it's set at a summer camp, and it actually stars Demi Lovato, who of course went on to have a big music career, and the Jonas Brothers, a name I'm sure many of you out there know. So basically, Demi Lovato plays a girl called Mitchie, who actually enrolls at Camp Rock, which is like a music camp, after her mother, Connie, gets a job there as the cook. Mitchie did see this as a way to reinvent herself. So she decided to basically lie and say that her mum was the president of a big music company, impressing a girl named Tess, who is the blonde diva of this movie. And you guys know me, I cannot stand a diva. Anyone who acts like a diva, You guys know how I'm not the biggest fan of Sharpay Evans. And this Tess Taylor, she's more of a diva than Sharpay is. I mean, Sharpay's parents own a country club, but Tess, her mum is TJ Taylor. Apparently, she's this massive pop star in the world of Camp Rock, and that goes to her head, goes to Tess's head. The fact that she's the daughter of a pop star, unbelievable. Anyway, so basically, we also get introduced to Shane Gray, who is the main singer of a band called Connect 3. Shane Gray being played by Joe Jonas, and the other two members being played by the other two brothers, Nick and Kevin. However, he had made by the start of the film, he'd made a bit of a bad name for himself in the press. And he was brought back to Camp Rock as an instructor, hopefully. And basically, throughout the whole movie, we see him reinvent himself, we see him become a better person, that sort of thing. And and to be completely honest, it was nice for me having a bit of experience with the Jonas Brothers for once, because I'd never seen them before. Like, not on movies, not on TV. I haven't even heard any of their songs. Who knows? I might check them out. But anyway, it turns out, like all divas, Tess couldn't handle competition. So she basically decided to sabotage everything. Like, for instance, Mitchie's friend Caitlin, who was making some sort of music. She's working to be a music producer. Tess said she saw a snake when really it was the plug. It was the wire. And honestly, that is just dirty. Dirty tactics. Caitlin basically called her out for sabotaging her. And that's when she did this. I'm going to try my best to mimic it. In case any of you don't know, that stands for Whatever Major Loser. Okay, that is just so cringy now that I say it out loud. I'm definitely not going to be saying that anymore. Anyways, so basically, Mitchie's lie had actually gotten her into the same group as Tess. Basically, Tess's group. And you know how, like in High School Musical 2, that Sharpay had the Sharpettes following her? Well, Tess has her own band of Sharpettes. But we can actually see throughout the movie that one of them, Margaret, is actually not happy about it. We can actually see on her face, we can actually see in her facial expressions that she's not really happy. She's not loving the fact that Tess is just bossing them around all the time. To be completely honest, I would probably feel the same way. And then Tess basically crosses the line when she hides her charm bracelet in the camp kitchen and frames Mitchie for stealing it. And so the camp director, Mr. Brown, he basically bans Mitchie and Caitlin from all camp activities until the end of the final jam, which was basically like a big end of year event, like a contest. And so Final Jam comes along, and that is when, this is actually when one of my favourite parts of the movie come in. Basically, Tess was once again berating her followers for not getting things right. But then Margaret just snapped. She just snapped and walked off. Now that I liked. That was really, really good. I mean, it shows that Camp Rock is able to do what High School Musical didn't. Because I never once, when I was watching High School Musical 2, I never once saw any of the Sharpettes break away from Sharpay because of her mistreatment. But Margaret in Camp Rock, seeing her break away from Tess because of all her mistreatment, that I loved. That was brilliant. That was on point. I loved it. I was like, good for you, good for you. And so Margaret went on to go a solo spot and she ended up winning. And as for Mitchie, she was able to sing her original song, This Is Me, after the Final Jam had finished. And Shane found out that she was the girl he'd heard at the start of the movie. So all in all, Camp Rock was a pretty good movie. Now, there's actually a pretty specific reason as to why I've decided to watch Camp Rock. The upcoming High School Musical Season 3, which is on Disney+, and it will be in 4 days, on the 27th of July. That season is going to be including songs from Camp Rock, so I thought to myself, maybe I should watch the original Camp Rock films to get myself familiar with the music. And I love the music. This Is Me, oh, fantastic. Fantastic. And to be completely honest, I didn't really like Tess that much. She was worse than Sharpay. In fact, you know what? No. She was equally as bad. She even went on the whole glitz and glamour thing. If you want to be a stage, in my opinion, if you want to be a stage star, you don't need to look all glitzy and glamorous. You just need to keep the audience entertained. You need to put on a good show. That's what I always do in my dance videos. I try to keep you guys entertained. I don't go all glitz and glamour. I just try and put off a good show. Sorry, I'm going off topic here. But all in all, Camp Rock is a pretty good movie. Join me next time on Pokemon Productions when I'll be discussing Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam. And when I finish them, I'll probably, and when I finish those movies, it's gonna be, who knows what I'll do next after them. But I'll see you next time, guys. Have a lovely day.